little training, and patients could do it, at home, okay, without the needle. A little bit even more powerful than that is laser acupuncture, something our lab is very interested in. Okay, so instead of using electrical pulses, you use energy in the form of laser beam. So here, okay, put the laser beam on if you have knee problems, okay, put it like, just 2 minutes on inside, outside eyes of the knee, Nei Wai Qi, okay. After the first treatment, the patients already felt pain relief and anti-inflammation and maybe even swelling. Within 2 weeks, there's very significant increase in mobility. People could walk more, they could climb stairs better. Okay. Now, our colleagues in Hong Kong are using a super laser. This is a super laser, big, it's almost the size of a refrigerator. Okay, and that works even better than these smaller instruments that we're using. The picture that's not showing up is our military, is facing, the problem of soldiers suffering from pain and stress. Okay, as shown in the first slide, I was on the advisory committee for non-pharmacological treatment of pain and stress in the military, and acupuncture is very much a pillar in that program. And Andrews Air Force Base has a acupuncture clinic to treat and also to train medics in acupuncture. It's called battlefield acupuncture. And here we go down to the lowest technology possible, fingernails. We're teaching our soldiers to press fingernails into acupuncture points on the ears because soldiers are wearing body armor, they can't really put needles on themselves. But there are points on the ears that you can do that to stop pain and decrease stress, something I'm going to teach you in a few minutes. Okay, the last example of this is very annoying. Maybe we can tune this down a little bit, this echo. Last month, I taught you guys a number of acupuncture points that you can stimulate yourself. And I hope some of you have been using them. But a couple of weeks ago, at the International Conference of Acupuncture Research in Boston, I heard this remarkable story that I'm bringing to you. It starts out simple, okay, as most of these things do. Richard Harris is a professor at University of Michigan Medical School, and he's dealing with cancer patients suffering from severe fatigue. Chronic fatigue is a common problem for cancer patients. So he started out, thinking that if we use traditional acupuncture points that are supposed to calm you down, okay, then it would work well. That would be control. But then, if we give you acupuncture points that are supposed to stimulate you, make you more energized, then that would be better for fighting chronic fatigue in cancer patients. What he found was the opposite. You see, in red is in red, because I'm recording. So in red, this line is finger. It's getting worse and worse.
No.
Let me just turn it down a little bit.
Is it okay?
Electronics is not my skill set.
Can you try to speak?
Yeah, okay. So in red is stimulation of a package of 5 different points that, according to Chinese medicine, is supposed to calm you down and relax you. It's supposed to not work if you have fatigue. Okay?
Can you use this?
Huh?
Can you use this?
No.
No, but
It was working until now. It worked very well for the first hour. Because I need this demonstration.
maybe it's out of the bottom.
Battery problem?
Yeah. This one is ours, right?
Huh?
This is ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
You change the battery.
Okay, I have to take this.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. In red, a stimulation of a package of 5 different acupuncture points is supposed to calm you down. So it's not supposed to energize you. But they actually did a very good job in decreasing fatigue. And ironically, the 5 points that's supposed to energize you did not do as well. So they found that these 5 points are very good in making you more, have more energy. Okay, so if you're fatigued, you actually push on these points. They published a paper on that. But in Boston, this is unpublished stuff. I just took a cell phone, like some of you took a picture of the screen. They went on and found that these 5 points, called relaxation points, not only improve fatigue, okay, it decreased pain, they decrease pain, they decrease insomnia, they make people sleep better, and they also improve on people suffering from cognitive dysfunction, like brain function, depression. So what they say is that what is called symptom cluster is a cluster of symptoms. When people can't sleep, they suffer more pain, they are more depressed, okay, and they're stressed out. They always come together. And this package of points are good for all of them. Finally, they found that these 5 points are also very good just for pain, okay? For people who could sleep, no problem, they're not depressed, but they have knee pain, okay? So they use it on those people with knee pain. It's very good for relief of knee pain as well. So this package of points are very, very useful for dealing with the whole spectrum of problems. I wouldn't be just telling you this, except that they've gone one step further. They used brain imaging studies to measure and found that these 5 points would actually, by functional imaging, show a decreased connectivity between the front and the back part of the brain. Okay, so the brain, different parts of the brain are not talking to each other as much. Okay. And the other points that they use for comparison, the stimulatory points, have the reverse effect. So these things can be measured very accurately, and you can explain at the brain level. So I'm going to show you that in 10 minutes. Okay. Getting back to this, you can use fingers to press on the points. You can buy something now that can electrically stimulate the points on the hand. Okay, this is for nausea. Okay, and the FDA just approved this one. This one is to put on the forehead. This is the point that I'm going to show you later. I also showed you last time. This is yin tang. Okay, hall of impression. And at UCI, our study showed that patients going to surgery really calm down a lot and have better outcome if they just put pressure here. But now you can buy one of these things, they put electrical pulses there and work even better. So those are examples of how you can improve on ancient methods and make them work even better and still economically enough compared to like Western methods. Okay, finally, I want to talk about integrated applications of Eastern and Western medicine for complex problems. So, first of all, let's talk about cancer. I'm a professor of cell biology. If you ask me, Dr. Lin, Professor Lin, as a cancer biologist, okay, what are the ways you can think of that could, help conquer cancer? And I would say, well, theoretically, okay, if I could, boost the immune system so you can fight the cancer yourself, if I could decrease angiogenesis, decrease the number of new blood vessels feeding the tumor, that would be good, okay, because you can starve the cancer to death, okay. You can stimulate what's called oncogen suppressing genes. These are your own defensive genes that could suppress cancer. You stimulate them to make more cancer suppressors. You can induce apoptosis. Normal cells only live so long and they die. Cancer cells live on forever. So if you can promote apoptosis, which is cells die naturally, get the cancer cells to die naturally, that would be a good thing, okay? So these are things that you can theoretically think of as things that could be useful in cancer therapy. But wait a minute, we already have lots of herbs that could do that, okay? So, you see, induce differentiation, cancer cells are de-differentiated, these things, 人参, 丹参, they're known to do that. Induce apoptosis, I already told you, get cancer cells to die a natural death, there are these things that do it. Anti-telomerase, I talked about that, a couple of months ago, okay, make the cells die, okay, quicker. Reduce multi-drug resistance. I just talked about that. The Yale people has a herb a collection of herbs that can suppress the natural, metabolism of poison chemotherapy agent. That would be good. Improve the immune system. Okay. Anti-metastasis, get the cancer cells not to spread as fast as that, and angiogenesis. Oh, so there are a whole bunch of herbs that are known to do these things. So we don't have to talk about theoretically. So an integrated strategy for treating cancer patients would be, okay, give them acupuncture and herbs to relieve side effects of chemotherapy and radiation therapy, as I just spoke about. Do Tai Chi Qigong, reduce stress, fatigue. But I also just talked about how, okay, acupressure could, improve sleep, reduce pain, fatigue, and depression. Okay, so along with Tai Chi and do that. I just showed you herbs that could strengthen herbs that could strengthen body structures and functions, particularly the immune system. Okay, and herbs to reduce fatigue, okay, like ginseng, ginseng, and all this stuff, and herbs to induce differentiation, as I just told you. So, in addition to chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation therapy, okay, thank you. So you can use a combination of these methods in addition to surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation therapy. How about diabetic patients? Okay. Well, we all know ku gua, okay, bitter melon, can reduce sugar level in the blood. Okay. Functional foods and herbs that help Western medicine like metformin to reduce blood sugar level, lipid levels. I just showed you, use transcutaneous acupoint electrical stimulation, buzzing this acupuncture point, that will reduce sugar level. Do Tai Chi, Qigong exercises to relieve stress, lipid metabolism, blood pressure, insulin resistance, and also herbs to strengthen organs that are potentially harmed by high blood pressure, such as the retina, nerves, and so forth. These are herbs that could do that. All right. So with that, I will conclude tonight's talk with a pictorial tour of integrative clinics and hospitals to show you what the state of the art is. Okay. So just for this, I'm going to shut off all the lights so you can see better. In the United States, Duke University Center for Integrative Medicine is considered the front runner. I visited them, and they were lucky enough to have J.P. Morgan before 2008 donate millions of dollars to them to build this center. Okay, big center with a circular driveway and nice library, meditation garden, and lots of treatment rooms and things like that. Here at UCI, Samueli Institute runs a Samueli Center, runs an integrated medical center, medical clinic, okay? And we have an MD, Stivik, as a medical director, and we have a team of licensed acupuncturists, doctor of naturopathy, we'll talk about that next month, masseuse, and so forth. So we're getting there. But look at this. This is China, okay? I was knocked off my socks when I went to Guangzhou, and this is only one of their teaching hospitals for the Guangzhou University of Chinese Medicine. This is like 30-40 story skyscraper, okay? I am a visiting scientist at Shanghai University of Traditional Chinese Medicine. This is a medical center. This is several blocks. Okay, this is a teaching hospital. And Hong Kong, okay, this is an integrative clinic at St. Mary's Hospital. St. Mary's Hospital is the #1 Western medicine hospital. It has its own integrative clinic. And I went to the clinic, and the room that you see the doctors, you go in, you sit here, and you see the two chairs. They have an MD and a Chinese doctor sitting side by side, and they both are using their own computers to talk to you as well. And they have, individualized and common treatment rooms as well. In the skyscraper in Guangzhou, okay, several floors are devoted to 自卫备中心, okay, translated as pre-sickness therapy center, right? Right? No, this is for real, okay? You go in and you see side by side, okay? This is Chinese, okay, diagnosis and Western diagnosis side by side. And this is like the ceiling. I'm like walking down the corridor of this ceiling. And to take this, so on the Western side of diagnosis, they have cardiac function, examination. On this side, traditional therapy center. And on the cardiac function side, they got everything. Got ECG, dynamic ACG, dynamic blood pressure, treadmill test. They got all of that. Okay, this is a teaching hospital for Chinese medicine. And in terms of treatment equipment, you see this dummy that looks like me is lying here. This is a multifunctional treatment machine. This is like a heating dome. Okay. This has massage vibrators that you can program by computer, and you can lie there and get two treatments at the same time. Taiwan, okay. Taiwan, I was at the National Taipei University of Nursing Sciences and Health Institute of East-West Medicine, and this dummy that looks like me is lying there with an earphone. The bed, has a massage, unit tuned to music. So I was listening to music therapy and physical therapy at the same time. And I get up, and there's also chromotherapy, different lights, and doing this. And of course, they have, all of the modern instruments for analyzing your medicine. Here, on one hand, they have, technicians making up traditional herbal formula from these drawers, but they also have, powderized, herbs that you don't have to cook, and they're already, made into powders and so forth. Here's a teaching instrument. This dummy that doesn't look like me actually is used for, practicing pulse diagnosis and different types of touch therapy, simulating different problems. And the dummy on the right here has acupuncture points that are computer controlled, so that you can punch in and say what problem you have, and particular acupuncture points would light up. This is a teaching instrument. On the other side, I was at the teaching hospital of Tianjin University School of Medicine. This is Western medicine. Okay, their teaching hospital has people giving massage, acupuncture, cupping, pulse diagnosis. Huge hospital. And I'll end with this slide.